Good evening, friends. It's Miss Abby, and I thought that it might be a really nice and relaxing thing to do for bedtime or nap time or quiet time is to read a book. I am all comfy cozy in my little sweater, and maybe you have a little sweater too, or a little soft blanket that you can snuggle up with. And then we can read one of my favorite books, A Sick Day for Amos McGee. I love this book. I think it is very, very clever, but I also think it is very beautiful. In my threes class, we have talked about illustrations, and illustrations just mean the pictures. I think that the illustrations or the pictures in this book are very, very beautiful. I like that on the front it has yellow and white stripes. I like this elephant and the penguin and Amos McGee. And if you look carefully, in most of the illustrations, there is a red balloon. So let's get started. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. Many of you know that green is my favorite color, so I really like his green striped pajamas and his green fresh pressed suit. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. Every day, Amos would wait for the number 5 bus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next stop, City Zoo, the bus driver would call. 6 a.m. Right on time, he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do with the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. Run races with the tortoise, who never, ever lost. Are tortoises known for being fast or slow? This tortoise would always win the race. Sit quietly with the penguin, who is very shy. Sometimes it's nice to have a friend who will just sit quietly with us. Isn't that nice? Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. It's very friendly. And at sunset, read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. If you're afraid of something, it's nice to have a friend nearby to sit with you. It makes things seem not so frightening. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Poor Amos. Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his pawns and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat quietly, all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. And the owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. Where is Amos? The animals wondered. lined everything up, and everybody is waiting. Later that day, where are the animals going? Let's see. Look at this. They are on the number 5 bus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And where does that number 5 bus go? Do you remember? Hooray. My good friends are here. It took them to go see Amos. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. I'm too tired to run races today, said Amos to the tortoise. Let's play a game of hide and seek instead. The tortoise hid inside his shell, and Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. I could nap. The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze, and the rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. Everybody's taking care of their friend. I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you, said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. Amos said goodnight to the elephant, and goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story before turning out. They were very good friends to come and sit with Amos when he wasn't feeling well. Good night, friends.